So I've been getting a lot of questions on how to add and remove ROMs on the RG35XX-H, as you guys can see right here. And in this video, I will be explaining to you guys step by step how to do it. So the first thing I would like to say is make sure you have the SD card that's inside of your Anbernic right here, and you will definitely need. So one of the second things you would definitely need is a SD card or a micro SD card reader is what I have here. It can read micro SD cards to hook up into your laptop. It has to be Windows. I'm not for sure for Macs, but make sure you have a Windows laptop and you just connect it. It will automatically pull up all the files and everything. So you basically would need the SD card reader, a Windows computer, and of course your Anbernic SD card. So one of the first things you want to do is take out the SD card. Make sure you power off the device. Don't take it out while it's on. So power it off, take it out, put it in your SD card reader, and then it'll pull up on your computer. And also make sure it's the main operating SD card, which is the first one. This is not for the second one. I will make a second video on how that works. This is the main SD card with the operation system. Take that one out. So once you insert the SD card in your computer, you see it pulls up the file. It's pretty much almost basically full because they install all the games are pre-installed in there, and I have it in my SD card reader. So now I'm gonna show you how to add and remove games. So once you double click and open the files, pretty much everything's here. Make sure you go to ROMs. This is where all your games are stored. So once you press that, it pretty much shows every single game that is loaded in here. All the systems, you can go to any system that's on Super Nintendo. You have VRK, Saturn, PSP, PlayStation. You click on it, you will see the games that are installed. So how to remove games are super easy. You basically just go to any system. Let's say you want to delete something from Naomi. Go here. You see all the games that are here. A lot of these I want to play. For example, if I don't want to play this right here, I will right click and just go to delete. Wait a minute, should I click on it? There we go. Right click. Then I would delete it. And that's basically how you delete the games for any system. Just go to the system, right click, and delete the game. So now I'm gonna show you how to add ROMs to this. So for the first thing you definitely will need for this process is a 7-zip. It's basically let you unzip files. Some computers already have this installed. Just go to the first one and just download the 7-zip. Mine's happen to already have it on it, but if you don't have it, go download 7-zip. So the next thing you would need is to make sure you have your ROMs, your games. I'm not going to show you how to actually download it because you really can't show that, but I can demonstrate it as best as I can. For example, if you want to play Def Jam on the PSP, just put Def Jam PSP ROM, press enter, it'll bring up a whole list of ROMs. You can download it from, normally the two top links would be the best one to download. It can be anything. You can do N64 on Mario, it'll type in all the ROMs. It's easy to find ROMs and download it. So once you download it, now I'm gonna show you the next step. So once you finish downloading the ROMs, just go to your download folder. I'm gonna give you 3 prime examples on how it works with different games. It's super easy. If you can't find your download folder, just go to any like regular folder on your computer. For example, I can go to this one. I always just go to the side, scroll up, you see downloads right here, and it shows the recent downloads I just had. So I download 3 games to give y'all a prime example on how this works and why I set 7 up. So the first example is going to be the easiest game, which is the N64. So this is for the N64, Mario Kart 64. Also, I want to mention, make sure you know which game is for which system. That's why it's best to do like certain systems at a time, and you delete these and then do the next system, because you get confused. But I know which game is for which system. So the reason N64 are easy is because once you go back to your SD card that you put in your computer, and to give you a prime example on how to do it again, a refresher, just go to the SD card, click on it, and go to ROMs on it, and it'll pull up all the systems. And then you go to the one that says N64. Remember, each one has a code name. You have MAME, you have MD. MD stands for Sega Genesis. So another thing you can do, if you don't know what this means, like different game codes, just put, you see this MD right here? Go to Google. So here goes Google. Just press MD and put console, and it'll tell you what console it is. Here we go. MD console. And it'll tell you the code name. For example, it's a Sega Genesis. What is MD? Sega Genesis. So that kind of works for all the files. So now I'm gonna go back to my folder. Here's the MD, here's the N64 folder right here. So make sure you install the games the way that the folder look. For example, the reason I say N64 are easy is because look, it's just drag and drop. You don't have to export or nothing, like unzip the file. It's just literally like this. So let's get this N64. Let me go back to the ones that I download. So this is my download folder. I just take this N64, hold it, drag it over, and just like that, it's that easy. I already got it in there, so it's gonna say replace. I'm gonna replace it. But look, that easy. It just put inside my game. I didn't have to do anything. So N64 is super easy. Just go download it. Once you get it download, come over here and drag it and drop it inside the folder. So now let me show you something that will require just a little bit of work. So now with mainly other games, you might have to actually unzip. For example, I got a Sega Genesis, the MD. For example, you see these are not unzipped folders. These are actually unzipped, meaning you have to unzip it. That's why I told you to get the 7-zip. You're gonna need that. So how this work is super easy. For me, I just right click on it. It'll bring up, hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay, right click on it. It'll bring up all these search engines. For me, normally it'll say 7-zip right here or extract. It's the same thing. But for me, I go to show more and a 7-zip or right B right here. What I'll do is go over and put extract here. I'm gonna show you what that does. So I press it, it's about to extract here, and it's pretty fast. So once it extracts, it's extracted pretty fast. As you can see, the actual game has pulled up right here. So it's actually two ways. You can do it that way, and another way is the same thing. Right click, go to show more, go back to 7-zip, and this time instead of extract here, do extract to Toy Story. It'll basically make a folder to make it easier to find. And see, it'll just make a folder instead. But the same thing here, you click on the folder and guess what? There go the same file. And this time, once you extract it, then you drag it and drop it in there. So you have to do that first, the 7-zip. Then once the game extracts, you take it and then you drag it and drop it into the right folder, and bam, the game has been loaded into there. So now I'm gonna show y'all the PSP is pretty much the same thing. So here's the PSP, same thing. I right click. For me, it's show more. If you don't see 7-zip, show more, and mine say the 7-zip. Go to it, click on it, and then I would go to extract. You can go to either extract here, but I'm gonna make it easier. Go to extract to the folder. It's going to start this, and you have to wait till it loads. And right there goes the Def Jam folder that it made. And the same thing like you did with the Sega Genesis. You'll double click, and there goes the file. So let's go back over here. Make sure you go all the way down to where it says PSP, which is right here. Double click on it, and you see it's the same file. Make sure it matches. You know it's right once it looks the same. So it's an image file. Now we go back down to the Def Jam. I would take it, click it, hold it, and drag it and place it in here. And that's pretty much how you do it. It's that simple. Like I said, make sure you match it, and yeah, that's pretty much the video. I'm trying to find a way to end this and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, yeah. Before y'all leave, I know what it is. This works for pretty much everything except PlayStation 1 games. This is PlayStation 1, PS. Except PlayStation 1 games because it has a CHD file, which means these are like CD files. So basically PlayStation 1 and what else has CD files? Oh yeah, and Dreamcast. So PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, that doesn't work. You have to do something extra. I will make a separate video on that. Make sure y'all follow, like, and share this video to help others with the Anbernic. This basically works for mostly all the Anbernics with the SD card. And make sure when you take the SD card, make sure you eject it first so it doesn't mess anything up. Then you'll just plug it right back into your Anbernic folder and back into the right slot, which is right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it.